Welcome back. So good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to introduce to you Matt Lee. We're talking real estate numbers. I know COVID-19 did affect the real estate market. We're just going to put it into perspective for you right now with statistics from May 19 to May 2020. How are you, Matt?
I'm great. How are you?
Very well. Interesting numbers. I know with April, something like a 70% difference in May 2019 numbers, or in April 2019 numbers and April 2020 numbers. How was May looking?
May's looking better. What we were seeing was, if we recap a little bit, I mean, April 2019 to April 2020, we went down 70%. So we did this halt. There was still some stuff that was happening, but we froze. And rightfully so. Everybody was trying to figure out what the new norm was and basically stay home, self-isolate, figure out what to do. Now that we kind of have a little bit of a better understanding and figuring out what comes next, May went up a little bit. So even though we're not back to normal, we're looking at where numbers did go down in sales and listings did go down, but our average price is up, and we're looking at different pieces to this puzzle, and we say, okay, we might not have been that halted market, but we're coming back, but we're doing it safely, is what it looks like.
Well, numbers do show an improvement. We'll first look at quantity of sales. In 2019, we're looking at 468, 2020, 294, a difference of 37%.
That's right. So we're down 37% from last year. So we had the quantity of sales was 468 last year, which was down from 630 in 2018. So I mean, it was one of these things where we had an issue with listings last year, and it was shrinking. So this goes even further, and we say, okay, 294 sales in May of 2020 drops us 37%. But it's not that 72% that we saw in April.
Right.
So, I mean, that is an improvement. And I think it's just basically trying to figure it all out.
Well, median price, we'll talk about that, a difference of 11%.
Numbers are up 11%. So what we see is the median price in 2020 is $388,000. And that is up from $349,500 last year. So, I mean, that's a big jump. And what we're kind of seeing here is, we saw this continuing market that went through the summer, the fall, into the beginning of this year. And we are seeing that it is holding strong for Kingston. As I mentioned before, our sales went down 72%, but the listings went down 70%. So it's like the whole market dropped evenly. We are down to 1,256 listings from 1,704 in 2019. So we see that we're down 26% in listings again. Like we're in 2017 we were in the 2,200 range. In 18 we were in the 1,900 range. Last year we were in the 1,700 range, and because of what's going on, we're in this 1,250.
Well, the last set of numbers here to prove that things are getting better. Days on market 35, expired listings.
Yeah, so expired listings. We went from just under 10% expired last year to just under 20% expired this year, which means we are getting a higher number of expired listings. People did freeze. They weren't sure what was happening. So we did see a higher number of expireds. It's still healthy. That's still very normal. I mean, what we saw last year was that a lot of things that would come on the market, everything was a lot of things were selling. So a majority of it was selling and not expiring. To me, when you have a good average price, days on market's 35, so it's not short like 7 days. When you have short 7 days on market, that means that things come on and they go really quickly. What we're seeing is that it seems to be leveling out, where it's like, things go on the market, people have the time to see a bit of it depending on the property. Some do expire, but we're holding a good median price, and the increase is looking good. So positive.
Well, as you say, it is a positive set of numbers looking at May. I look forward to speaking with you next week, and especially in 1 month from now when we talk again to see how June fared.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just carry on, and I think that we're just figuring out the new norm, and everybody's starting to understand it and get comfortable.
Thank you so much, Matt Lee.
Great.
Real Estate Tips, brought to you by Matt Lee of Royal LePage.